to another video. I am the chocolate solution to all of your vanilla problems. You can see right here we have our gold potatoes. I chose this potato because I didn't know which potato to pick, to be honest, not 100%. But because my great grandmother used to make mashed potatoes all the time, and sometimes she would do it from scratch. She will often get these small round potatoes right here with the soft skin. You can barely tell the skin's there. We have our cracked pepper, our cracked pink Himalayan salt. We have onion powder. We have that grilled veggie seasoning. We had carrots and cauliflower, sharp cheddar block, sour cream, red bell pepper, jalapeno. And now we're getting ready to wash those small potatoes, those small golden potatoes right there, which I think at the beginning of the video I was showing you that it had a Canadian tag on it. Funny, because the person that requested this video is indeed from Canada. So shout out to you, Yuki. We are getting ready to fill this pot up with soap, get it cleaned out. And I'm just showing you this because, yeah. I'm just showing you this because, you know, not everybody cleans. And I want to be able to prove that I do. Gotta keep your environment clean, gotta keep your area clean, especially if you're dealing with food. I have this another purpose. The reason I have this grayed out is because of the lights. And I'm just keeping in mind that I did have years ago, I did have a high school classmate that passed away because of a seizure. So yeah, just keeping that in mind. I think it's called epilepsy. I'll have to do my research on it. But getting those potatoes washed off one more time after originally washing them off with like one of those, I guess it's one of those steel pads or something like that. Just getting those potatoes washed off, give them an extra rinse. Gonna flip them over, drain that water off. And now, here comes the cutting. It's a lot of potatoes to cut, to tell you the truth. It reminds me of those old war stories that some of those older guys would tell me about peeling and cutting the potatoes on the, I think it was the bottom deck. Back in Vietnam and World War II, I had a couple of, through all of my years of working, I think I've been working like 14 years I've been doing this. So yeah, old guys would tell me all the time about how they cut and peel potatoes if they were making mashed potatoes, or I think they make, those potato scallops. Ugh, I hate that. Potato scallops with the cheese. Now maybe if it was homemade, but those kits, like the hamburger helper, I hated those. I don't know, something in the cheese didn't agree with me as a kid. But the red bell pepper you see is getting cut. I'm rolling that jalapeno right there. I just got a slither of jalapeno right there, as you can see, getting all those seeds out. That's fresh parsley right there. Half of it is going into the recipe. Half of it is going to be used as a garnish. Well, 1/8 of it is going to be used as a garnish. Getting those cauliflower and that broccoli chopped up real fine, real minced up. It looks real minced up after I take my knife to it. Because you know me. Hella chopped her. The chopping. Chop. Mr. Chop over here. See, it's all chopped up, nice. Red bell pepper, parsley. The broccoli's chopped up, the cauliflower's chopped up. And now we're getting our bacon ready. I am going to be slicing this right down the middle. Make it easier to lay out. Getting it all organized in that aluminum foil lined glass tray right there. Want to make sure you preheat your oven. And we're just gonna go ahead and plop that on in there. Preheat it to 400 or 450, whichever you prefer. And you can see right here, those potatoes, they look cooked. They had a little skim surface on the top of it. That way, you know, I'm poking it right now with a chopstick and it's falling apart. That's where you want it. That's exactly where you want it. You should be able to touch it and it just falls to pieces. That's the way I wanted it anyway. I wanted my potatoes soft. If they're not as soft as this right here, then you know you could come out with a totally different texture of soup, I'd imagine. It's my first time making this. Taking one last look at it before it goes into that processor, that blender right there. Just getting a little water in it right here. Gonna melt that butter in the microwave and add it to the water. And in goes my potatoes. This is my first time doing this. I am trusting that this will work. Okay, I'm not 100% this will work. This is my first time making baked potato soup. As a matter of fact, I have never heard of a baked potato soup before it was requested that I make. You can see right here, look at that, look at that, look at that. Butter, water, and potatoes. It looks so cream, oh my goodness. Oh, it doesn't need anything else. It doesn't, but I'll show you where I messed up at. And I didn't really mess up, it just didn't need what I added. But what I added did invoke a little bit more flavor. Getting it all poured out into that bowl. Wanted to give you a different angle so you could see just how smooth it is. Look! Just potatoes, a little water, and butter. Man, come on. Tell me I didn't do that. Right here, guys, is where you want to add some milk. Now, I added milk. You couldn't see it. Maybe you'll see it. Oh, there it is. I added milk, but maybe I didn't add enough. I added that milk right there into that blender picture to get the rest of what's left of that potato in there, what's left of it, to get it out. So I blended it up with that milk and I added that to it. Now this is all I should have done. This is it. From here, I just should have added milk. And maybe not the entire container of sour cream, and definitely not the entire container of chicken stock. But that chicken stock, I promise you, it was a good addition. It really was. We got that bacon in there. It had a good ratio of, the crunch to chew ratio was fair. We got that red bell pepper, parsley, the broccoli, the cauliflower in there. I used that entire container of sour cream. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't use the entire container, but the end result was, this was fantastic. We got that block of cheddar in there. We got our carrots in there. If you don't want any of this stuff in there, don't do it. If you don't want it in there, if you don't like broccoli, don't add broccoli. If you don't like cauliflower, don't add cauliflower. If you don't like bacon, okay, don't add bacon. And if you don't like carrots, don't add carrots. So this is where we are. And this is before it was heat up, and this is after. See that cream rising to the top. You want to stir that up thoroughly. See, probably got like bacon bits stuck to my cooking utensil. Getting ready to season it up now using that grilled veggie seasoning, which is very, very good. If you have like a vegetable seasoning, that's what you want to add to it. Like a veggie seasoning, that's what you want to add. We got some cracked black pepper right there mixed with salt. Have our onion powder right there. And we have the pink Himalayan and garlic. Very good additions. Very good. See, I didn't use a variety of seasonings right there because that that veggie seasoning has so many different types of seasoning in it that it almost does the trick by itself. And you go back with the salt to just half salt in it. And that's the turnout right there. You can see the separation of the sour cream from everything else. It gets thicker the longer you let it sit, I will say that. It's good, but in hindsight, I probably would have split the milk and the chicken stock down the middle. You see I'm going back to get extras. That's the turnout. I enjoyed it. It's the morning after. It had time to get married in the refrigerator, and it's better. The longer you let it sit, man, the better it is. Jeez. But I will give it a 3.8 out of 5. Not bad for my first time, guys. If you liked it, you know what to do. And tell me what it smells like before you eat it. Leave the comments down below.